purple, green, and blue belts. Today, we are going to work on something very, very specific. One of my favorite things, test prep. We're going to be going through your test from start to finish. From start to finish. I'm going to be going through all the things that you need to know. Now, understand that I'm not going to be breaking down any of these things in depth. I'm actually just going to be doing a quick run through of how they're most likely going to be looking at your test. So, if you want more of a go through, more of a walkthrough on how to do any of these individual things, my suggestion is go back and watch some of the previous classes' videos. The only thing that you won't find a video on would probably be the falls. We're just going to do a quick review of that today. Most likely at the park you will not be doing that. Also, if you're watching this at a future point in time, you may have to do falls again. We'll go through it in class. You can ask me in person. Facing, chariot, cunye, Addie's position. To get started, we're going to be working on our kicks. You need to know 4 different kicks. Crescent kicks, more specifically the outside crescent and the inside crescent. You have to know a back leg side kick, a back kick, a step and turning back kick, and a slide up hook kick. Now, oftentimes we'll do this down the floor. On occasion, we'll do it in our spots. Other times, we'll do it on paddles. At the park, you'll be doing them in your spot. Most likely, you'll be doing 5 kicks each leg. However, today we're only going to do 2. If you need to practice more of these kicks, feel free to stop the video and practice and run through them. With all that being said, let's get started on the kicking portion of our test. Step back in your guard. Aya! Now, step back with your right first. You will be switching to your left in a second. To get started, we're going to work on our crescent. Our first crescent will be our outside crescent. I want you to do 2 outside crescents. Now, if you want to use your front leg, that's fine. If you're doing a slide up outside crescent, that's okay. But understand that you need to use your front leg on the other side. You don't just get to use one leg on these kicks, you have to demonstrate both. So, outside crescent on my key up, aya! 1, aya! 2. As a reminder for our outside crescent, knee up and to the side, outside of our body. Front kick, whip your hip around to the start. Now we're going to do our inside crescent, same thing, except instead of bringing it to the outside, I'm going to go to the inside of my body. Ready? Aya! 1, aya! 2. All right, switch your feet, belly facing the other direction, outside crescents. Ready? Aya! 1, aya! 2, inside crescents. Aya! 1, aya! 2, chariot. The next kick we're going to be doing is a back leg side kick. We're going to be looking for 3 different things on this kick. Guarding stance, aya! The first thing we're going to look at is the chamber, meaning that if you don't tuck your knee into your chest, you're going to lose points. Yes, on a side kick you can chamber here and then rotate out the kick, but even when you saw it there, my knee still came in and still twisted to the side. A lot of people don't chamber or come out right here to do a side kick. Got a secret for you, that's not a side kick, it's a round kick. So, first thing that we look at on your test, knee in. Second thing is your heel pointing towards your target. And then the final thing that we're looking at is, did your foot go into a straight line? Did it come around, or was it shot straight? Those are the 3 things that we look for. Go to your guarding stance, aya! 2 side kicks, right leg, ready? Aya! 1, aya! 2, switch feet, other side, aya! 1, aya! 2. All right, chariot. The next kick we're going to be doing is our back kick. Now, this one I'm going to do in an interesting way. A lot of times we'll do back kick 2 with one leg, 2 with the other, and then we'll do our step and turning back kick 2 with one, 2 with the other. Today, how I'm going to do it is we're going to do a back kick with one leg twice. Then instead of switching our feet, we're going to do a step in, turning back kick. I'm doing it this way so I can teach a very important lesson and going over the first thing we look for. A back kick is a back kick is a back kick. A step and turning back kick is a back kick is a back kick is a back kick. The difference between a back kick and a step and turning back kick is you step, nothing else. Eventually, we'll be getting into skips and throwing into it. But for now, when you do your step and turning back kick, you're an intermediate Taekwondo member. Just step forward and do a back kick. There's no difference. So, face me, guarding stance, aya. The first thing that we look for is that your back kick is a back kick, meaning that you rotate towards the back, you throw with your back leg. The second thing we look for is if you're looking at your target while you're extending, meaning that you're looking over your proper shoulder, the shoulder of the leg that's kicking with it. And the final thing we look for is a proper extending rechamber. So if I'm going like this, that's not a back kick. My knee needs to come up and it needs to shoot straight back. If I do it sideways, you can notice that my leg's going into one line. Those are our three things. Let's get started. Guarding stance, aya, and aya, 1, aya, 2. If you do your back kick and you step forward, that's okay. Just bring your foot back before you go again. All right, step and turning back kick, ready? Aya, step, back kick. Remember, for the step and turning back kick, we look at everything is the same, except you add the step in. Ready? Aya! 2. All right, chariot. The final kick that you're going to do before you move on is our slide up hook kick. Slide up hook kick. The three things we look for in a slide up hook kick is 1, a proper height, so you're not doing it super low, it should be at least belt level. 2, it's a straight line going across, so you're not starting high and going low, or starting low and going high. It needs to be a straight line. And 3, a proper and powerful kick, meaning you rotate your hips, you bring your heel in. If you can do those 3 things, you're going to have a successful hook kick. Let's try it out. Right leg first, guarding stance, aya. Ready? Aya! 1, aya! 2, switch feet. Ready? Aya! 1, aya! 2, chariot, kunye, addies. That ends the kicking portion of the test. The next thing that we're going to be going on to is falls. You need to know back fall and side falls. And you may do this at the park, you may not. With that being said, we're only going to be running through our back falls today. We have curriculum videos on how to do proper falls on the website. Now, we're only going to do one back fall, we're going to nail it before we move forward. Now, you will have to do your proper back fall, and you will have to stand up properly. I'm going to demonstrate this sideways so you can see the full technique. At the park, you'll be facing forward and doing it forward. Or, I don't know, another test that you may be watching at a later point in time. Ready? Standing up, back falls, go. Sit onto your heels, go backwards, break your fall. Once you've completed your falling process, turn onto your side, add your kicks. At this point, we are going to do a defensive get up, meaning I'm going to plant my foot, shoot my hands back, tuck my foot through as I slide away, hands up here. All right, let's do it full motion. Ready? And go. Back ball, side, kick, defensive. Get up, hands up, guarding stance, freeze. Chariot, kunye. That is your self-defense portion of the test. It may be as quick as what we just did, adding in a couple of side falls. Or it could take a longer portion. It all depends on how long it takes for everybody to demonstrate the falls properly and for all the judges to get a good look. Since falling is a relatively fast process and it's hard to slow it down, gravity doesn't really give you that option. Sometimes you may have to do it 5 or 6 times to make sure that the judges can properly see your technique. All right, now we're going to move on to my favorite portion of the test, forms. Now on forms, they're looking at 3 different aspects of what you're doing. Your technical knowledge of your form, meaning can you get all the way through, knowing every single move, turning properly, knowing the stances. 2, your execution of your form, meaning is your stances good, are your front kicks high, are they properly chambered, basically how does it look. And then 3, your intensity on your form, meaning how much you're putting into it. So even if you have a great technical knowledge and a great execution, if you don't really care, that will impact your score. You have to put your heart into it. With that being said, we're going to be going through Take a Guk-John for our intermediate ranks. If you are an orange-purple belt or a purple belt, you end here. I'll make a note of that as I'm going through the form with you. I'm only going to do the form once today, so if you need to go through it some more, this was our first YouTube non-live recorded class. Go back and watch it. I break it down each section quite a bit. Chubi. Take a Guk-John. Take a Guk-John, sir, and begin. I'm going to turn towards my left, low block. Kick step back, outside in the back stance. Low block in the front, kick step back, outside in the back. Step with your left, knife hand outside block here, slightly tilted in. Traditional rounds, go with the ball of your foot, feet together. Step with your left, full front stance, block, punch. Kick step forward, front stance, punch. Turn, repeat the section, block, punch. Kick step forward, punch. Take your left foot, bring it back, double low block. Orange, purple, purple belt, that's all you need to know up to. If you want to review that, as I finish the form, you're welcome to. Green belts, blue belts, you have to do the rest of the form from here. Step with right, block with your left, kick. Feet together, turn. Low block, in the front stance, kick step back outside. Repeat that first section. Take your right foot, step back, double knife hand guard, step back into a back stance, double knife hand guard, step back, push, reverse punch, step back, push, reverse punch, aya. Step up with your left, chubi. That concludes the form section of your test. Now, at this point in time, you only have 2 more sections. Our kickboxing combo, and your board break. No, I will not be having you break a board through the internet. Not gonna happen. If you're that powerful, you should have already gotten your black belt by now. You've already passed me. With that being said, there is one more section that we will not be doing in the summer test. However, in all other tests, we typically do that. It is sparring. Always bring all your sparring gear to every test. At intermediate ranks, you're expected to spar, and you're going to go more than a couple of rounds to make sure that you have good sparring technique and you can spar. So, although we're not doing it for this test, please make sure that for future tests that you have your sparring gear and you're ready to go. With all that being said, let's move on to our casual portion. Chumbi, guarding stance, aya. Now, typically, there will be a holder to help you with your kickboxing combo to go through these things. At this test, you'll be doing it in place. You should be able to do your kickboxing combo not only while it's being held, but also while you're shadow boxing it or as you're doing it in place. Purple belts, you do not do the kicks. Orange, purple, you do not do the kicks. Green and blue, you add your kicks into your kickboxing combo. Otherwise than that, it is the same for all ranks. Hands up, ready, go. So to start off our kickboxing combo, jab, cross, hook, cross. Purple belts, orange belts, you're gonna freeze there. However, green belts, blue belts, you're gonna add a back leg kick. Now everybody's back on the same sync. You're gonna cover with your left hand. You're gonna follow up with a cross hook. From this point, purple belts, orange, purple, freeze. Green and blue, switch, kick, step forward, cover with your back hand. Hook, cross. And then, for all our higher ranks, round kick. We're going to do it 2 more times full speed. For purple belts, orange, purple, I'm going to do it yours first. Green and blue, I'm going to do yours next. Green and blue, feel free on this first section just to practice your whole pad drill without me. Ready, hands up, up and down, go. Jab, cross, hook, cross, cover, cross, hook, cover, hook, cross. Perfect. For my green and blue belts, I'm now going to do yours. Orange, purple, purple belt, do yours by yourself. Ready, go. Jab, cross, hook, cross, kick, cover, cross, hook, switch, kick, cover, hook, cross, kick, aya. Chariot, kunye. I did it once today, but at your test you'll be doing it several times. It's not that easy. So, that will conclude the test for today, our run through. If at any point today you're like, man, Master Nick was going too fast, my suggestion, work on that part of the curriculum at home. If there's anything a part of this test that you did not know, work on that part. I'm doing this so you guys can see kind of the flow of the test, the order in which you do things, but also so you guys understand where you're at. I was going at a pretty moderate pace. So if you couldn't keep up, I would suggest that you work on that individual part of the curriculum even more. If you are still currently struggling, send me an email, I'll help you out. Otherwise, Matt, fix me, Chariot, Kunye. Addy's position. What's our goal? Black belt, excellent, sir. Air at 5, you are free to leave. Psh.